What's up, Roulette Fools? Brent with AOB. Hope you guys are all having a great week. I have had a lot of requests for low bankroll type videos. So we're starting out with $100 here. And what I like to do when I have a really low bankroll, and even with the bankroll I have now, I've been doing what's called my daily digital. So let's get started. We have $100. I'm going to go for 10%, but I highly suggest if you're fairly new to this or just getting started, you set your target at anywhere between 1 to 3%, see how it goes, get in a rhythm, consistently win, then maybe go 3 to 5%, somewhere in there. And then elevate it up, increase the percentage, your daily target as you get more comfortable with it, but set achievable targets. The last thing you want to do is go onto a target where you're like, oh, I'm not winning this. So we're going to do our daily digitals. I am going to go for 10%. So we're going for a 10% profit. And what I'm going to do is on the digitals, I'm going for 50 cents per digital game. And I'm going to play no bust blackjack just because I like it. And we're going to martingale on losses. There we go. Stand. Of course you do. Of course you have 20. All right. Stand. Oh, of course you do. Get out of here. All right. Blackjack. So we got 50 cents. In one hit, we got our 50 cents. Awesome. So we're going to go back to our favorites and we are going to go to Limbo. Not one of my favorites, but we are going to do it here anyway. I set it at my multiplier for 2. So it's just like playing blackjack, martingale, red, black on the outside of roulette. One hit gets you into profit. So we're going for $1 total net gain here. And I'm going to martingale on losses, bring it back down on wins. Down on wins, martingale, martingale, martingale. There we go. We're at 90 cents. We need one more win. There it is. We got our dollar. Okay, let's go back. You can see how quick this is. And have $100. I'm only risking 10 cents at a part, but that can still, don't let that fool you. We're going to go play Baccarat. Again, I'm going to go with a 10-cent bet. I put my chip on 10 cent on customer, and I'm just going to leave it there. And again, I am going to martingale on losses. Okay. In Baccarat, we're trying to get the closest to 9. So we're going to martingale and play it again. All right. We got a 9. So we won. Bring it back down. The bet. All right. We need 40 more cents. That's a tie. Don't get in the habit of wanting to speed this thing up and increasing your bets. Okay. Stay as low and slow as possible. In my opinion, your success rate will go way up. Boom, $1.30. We need 2 more wins here. Let's go. 9. There we go. One more win. Oh, a tie when we had a 9. I thought we had it. I thought we were done. All right, martingale. Yes. All right, we got our $1.50. Let's keep rolling. And we've only been going for 3 minutes. So we're doing really well. All right, there's Baccarat. I'm not a big fan of wheel, but we will do it anyway. And we're going to go 10 cents. Actually, we're going to go 25 cents on this one. We're going to go, I prefer low and 10 segments. All right, we're going to try to get to $2 with the wheel. Ooh, we got lucky there. Okay, martingale until we recover. Boom. Now we're going to bring it back down, 25 cents. One more hit. Boom. There we are, $2, and we're onwards. All right, $2. So we're at 2% right now. So that's what I'm saying. If you're setting your target for a 2 to 3 to 4 to 5%, somewhere in there, you can do it, and it's much more achievable. The longer you stay at the table, the bigger your risk, right? All right, let's go ahead and go dice. I try not to play dice too much anymore. It's addictive and it's terrible. All right, let's go 10 cents and we're trying to get up to 250 here. Okay. All right. The way I play it is I play until I lose. I flat bet it. I don't change until I win. Until I win, I'm just leaving it the same. And now I'm going to double it and I'm going to leave it doubled until I recover. I don't know why it's going so slow here. All right, we're going to go until we recover. Come on, what's happening here? It's lugging down on us. All right, flat bet it and martingale up again until we recover. There, we recovered. I'm going to take it back down to 10 cents. Remember, we're trying to get up to 250. 40 cents. 80 cents. Being a real jerk right now. 320. 640. Wow, it's being a real jerk. All right. Wow, it is. And I've always said that digital games are rigged as F, right? Going back down. So that was a terrible session of dice. All right, we're back up here. Our high was 230. So we're at 270. So we already got to, but let's get to $3. I'm going to start back here at 10 cents. That was terrible. If you get in a situation like that, just stop. Just stop. I wasn't going to stop because I wanted to see what can happen. But if you start losing like that before you go into this type of stuff, this was terrible. I mean, we were only a bet away or two from busting, okay? So don't do that. But I want to play it through today so you can see what happens. And if we get on the other games and it happens, we'll play through and see what happens. I won't stop. I don't want to do, during these sessions, I don't want to do stop losses. All right, that was dice. Let's go to mines. We're going to go 25 cents on mines, and I like 2 mines. We're at $3. Let's get to 350. $5. I'm going to cash out. You can cash out at 3 or 4. It's not a bad idea. All right, cash out. Boom. We're at 328. We're going to go back to base. All right, cash out. 339. We're just going up. We're taking our time. You could even lower your bets here if you wanted to. Oh, of course, I was going to do 1 tile. 338. We'll do another 3. All right, 353. We're out of here. All right, what do we have remaining here? Dice, mines, Dragon Tower. I'll show you how I play Dragon Tower. We're going to go with a 10 cents. We're trying to get to $4 now. So we're going to get there. And how I play it is on the very first one on 10 cents, I tried to get all the way to the top. It's just, but I lost. So now that I have martingale and I play, I'm trying to get to 4 levels. We didn't get it. From this point on, I'm trying to get to 3. Right there. We're just trying to get to 3. There, we're going to cash out, and that's profit. Look at 414. We're going to go ahead and go all the way to 5 and see how it goes. Okay, so we're going to try to get to the top. Now, I could cash out and make good money, and I suggest you do. This is me. I like being stubborn and see if I can make it all the way top. We couldn't. So now that I'm on my second progression, I'm going to try to get to 4. Can't get it. So now I'm on third progression. We're just going for 3 levels now. There it is. Boom, 449. Let's see if we can get to $5. All right. Now we're going for 4 levels. Now we're going for 3 levels. Boom, cash out, 472. All right, take your time. Now we're going for 4 levels. Now we're going for 3 levels. Boom. 495. We're going to go down to 5 cents. Now we're way over that, but I want to see if I can get to the top. Almost. Right here, and we are at 503. Okay, we have 5%. We started with 100. We're already at our 5%, but we're going for 10%. We go to our favorites. Now, in something like that on Dragon Tower, if you're at Dragon Tower and you're doing really well, you know, stick with it, but maybe lower your bets down so that you give yourself an extra progression. Go to 5 cents. I'm going to go ahead and stick with 10 cents, and let's see if we can get an extra $1 here. All right, martingale, 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 and out. All right, martingale, martingale. So now we're going on to 3 levels. There, cash out. Boom, 574. We're at 574. We'll just go to $10, or excuse me, $6. But if you're doing really well at one of these spots, just stick with it. We're at 597. We'll go down to 5 cents. Cash out, 601. All right, Now that we did, this is what I call my daily digital. And I like doing that. You set yourself a nice small target and you go through the games that you like. You can see I've picked the ones. I'm not crazy about some of these, like Limbo and Wheel, I could probably toss out. If we come back here to the other originals, Plinko, no, don't touch it. Pump, I don't like Pump. Crash, it's too slow. Keno is death. The digital roulette is terrible. High, low, I've done okay on it, but I just don't like it. It's too slow. And then video poker, these are slot machines. Diamonds is terrible. Scarab spins, slide is really slow. And Blue Samurai is another slot game. I suggest you stay away, but you play them and see which ones you like the most. All right, let's go back to our favorites. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap it up with actual live roulette. We have $4 to go, or 4% left, which is still considerable. And we are going to, with the bankroll that we have, when I'm playing really, really low, I want to protect my bankroll. I'm going to go down and I'm probably going to play the outside 1-to-1 bets because I only have to put 1 unit to make 1 unit. If I do the 5 double streets, we don't really have the progressions, but we could do it with 10 cents, right? If I pull up my chart here and I come down to 5 double streets, 10 cents, with $100, we get about 7 progressions, which is really good, really good. All right, but I'm gonna do 50 cents on the outside. And what you should do is make a pact that you're not gonna go below what you've already gained for the day. So it starts getting down and you start getting down like $5, $6, you just stop, walk away. It's better to end the day even than end the day down. Ask me how I know. And the worst is, the 2 worst scenarios are you get nice and up, whatever that means, and you just decide, I'm going to keep pushing it, and you crash and you end up way down here. The second worst is if you end way down here and you start bringing yourself up, once you get up here, and I didn't, but once you start getting up here, lower your bets way down and grind this last little bit. It's nothing worse than getting almost recovered and then crashing, and it just guts you, right? So when you get up close to recovery, either stop or put your bets really low and be willing to take the time. All right, so we won our first one. We're at 650. The other strategy I suggest is, like, let's say we get to our $10 or 10% or 5% or 3%, whatever it is you're looking to do. Let's say we get there really, really quickly, right? At that point, you want to say, hey, I got there really quickly. I'm doing really well. I want to keep going. My suggestion is you place a couple more bets, which are risky. They could chew into your profit, but you risk a couple more bets. And let's say our target was $10 and we get to $13. I'm going to bank my $10 because I solidify and vault my 10% that I made that day. And I'm only going to play with that 3%. And I'm going to bring my bets way down. And if I can get those wins and keep going, great. If I can take that $3 and turn it into 5, 7, awesome. We are going to super martingale this, which means I'm going to double my bet plus add 1 base unit. So we're at $1.50. Okay. So that's what I suggest. If you want to keep playing, you get to your target, make a few more bets, get to a small enough, maybe a couple percent, vault your profits and play just with that remaining. That way, if you lose it, you're not cutting into your daily profit target that you achieved. Okay. These are also good. I'll show it again, but I really like Twister for some of this as well. It's slower, but it's safer. And if you wonder, go back and look at some of my other videos. It shows the Twister strategy. Now, the advantage of obviously the advantage, disadvantage of, Super Martingale, where we're going to double plus add a base unit every time, is obviously your progressions, you lose progressions and it's more expensive. The pros are that if we just martingale an outside bet and we're doing 50 cents, and let's say I lose 5 times and I finally win, I will be a total profit of 50 cents after all those 6 spins, which is okay. I'm okay with that. But if we want to expedite it and you feel like you're way up, I suggest you don't do this until you have your bankroll has grown. If we do a martingale plus 1 unit and we lose 5 times and we win on the 6th, we'll win 1 unit, in this case 50 cents, for every one of those progressions that we lost. We'll win 1 unit. So in this case, we'll win 3 units or $1.50. So this is going to go all the way up plus $1.50. Okay. And so that's kind of nice because even though the spins that you lost, you're not really losing the time on those versus if I just martingale, let's say it goes 6 times, that's 6 minutes, 6 spins, and I finally win, I only find myself 1 unit above where I started before I lost, right? So if we started at $8 and I lost 6 times and I finally win, I'll be at $8.50. Versus if I do a super martingale, that's another $2.50, right? 1, 2.50. So when I finally win, I'll be at, instead of being at $8.50, I'll be at $10.50. Okay, so I'm going to super martingale, but again, be very careful. Progressions are life. You want to guard your progressions, bring your progressions down as quickly as possible. All right, we're here at starting again. And we hit a 22. Awesome. Look at this. We're already at 8.50. If you feel like you want to be adventurous, you can go into 5 streets or 9 streets. I'm going to do Centipede 3. It costs us 9 units. We're covering 27 numbers. We're covering, and we win 3 units profit. So if we hit any of these numbers, we're going to profit 30 cents. We would be up here at 881. So, and then to win it, we're going to martingale once. If we lose, we're going to martingale once and then bring it back down to base bet and win. And if we win those 2, we'll be back down. We'll have recovered even. If you leave it up at 2x for 2 spins, you'll be up 1 unit. I prefer bringing it down because, again, I like to bring my progressions down as quickly as I can. Okay, that's a 0. That's no bueno. So we lost 90 cents here instead of potentially only losing 50 cents if we were playing the outside. And we're only getting 30 cents profit instead of 50 cents on the outside. Okay, here we go. I don't know what happened. That was weird. It kind of went back to the main screen. You can also 3x bet this if you want, but I'm just going to 2x. But you can 3x this and recover in 1 spin because it's a 3-to-1 ratio versus 5 double streets is a 5-to-1 ratio. It means for every loss, you'd have to flat bet that same amount 5 times to break even. This one's a 3-to-1. For every loss, it takes us 3 spins. If we martingale, that counts as 2 spins, right? Because we're doubling our bet. So we still need 3 spins to recover to the previous loss. All right, let's see if we can get in here. Let's see if he'll stop hitting the posts. There we go. So we're going to bring it back down to base bet now. And we need to win this one just to break even. And I'm just showing you different strategies. I really like on the very low bankroll, I really like playing the outside bets. I don't care for black and red as much. Just in my limited experiences, I feel like they're more prone to go on these really long runs. Excuse me, but I think that's all because when you look at the history, our minds, our eyes can easily pick up the red and the black, and we can see the patterns with the blink of an eye, right? I can look up there and say, okay, there's been no long runs of red or black, just like that. But if I told you to look up there at that line and said, tell me if there's been long runs or odd or even or high or low, you'd have to take a second, actually look at the numbers and start to kind of go through it. It's not as visual, right? So that's why I think sometimes, oh man, we lost. But that's why you bring your bets back down. All right. And don't feel like you have to stick on something. We'll go 1 more and I'm going to go 3x. Don't feel like you have to stick here. If we're doing 9 streets, not doing well, I would have just stayed because we were doing really well on the outside. I would personally just stay with it until you see it's not doing well. So I don't switch horses midstream so much unless it's not working. So like if this one loses, I'm going to toss it. And don't be afraid if you're playing real roulette to go back to the digital games. Like Dragon Ladder was treating us really, really well. We would have already been at $10 by now. The important thing with the originals is please realize those things are rigged AF. Okay. So when they decide it's your time to lose, it's very difficult. Please know when to walk away. Okay. So we're lost this twice, 3 times. That's our 3rd progression. He's not doing well for us. We're just going to leave it and we're going to go back to, so now we're down to 461. We're going to go to high and I'm going to go ahead and double that up plus martingale 1. I'm going to put us at the 350 and hopefully that we can make up the losses a little bit quicker than starting all over. But if I were you, I would start all the way back at base unit here. I want this video, we're already at 20 minutes. And if we don't do well here, I'll quickly bump over to one of the originals games. But again, and you can do other things here if you want to be like, and we did this earlier on the live stream. You want to wait for 2 of a kind of whatever that is, 2 odds, 2 evens, 2 blacks, 2 highs, 2 lows, and then you bet the opposite. You could wait for 3. All right, so there's a win. So that gets us up to what, $8? That gets pretty close. I think 851 was our high. All right, so this should get us pretty close. 811? Yeah, 811. We're gonna go back down to 50 and we're gonna super martingale this out and play it that way. All right, we're at 20 minutes. I want to be done here. I want our 10% to be done before 25 minutes. So I'm gonna just be a little more risky. I'm gonna take us up to $1. Okay, and then we'll our new base bet is $1. So if I super martingale, I'm gonna double plus add $1, double plus add $1. That's our new unit. Okay. Martingale, I suggest you don't do super martingale till you're very, very comfortable and you build your bankroll. The other thing is, if you decide to set a percentage of your bankroll as your target, like I said, I would prefer you didn't go above 5%, just because, and if you're just starting, 2 to 3%, and do that day after day. Now, what some people do is they like to take the percentage of their target, and that's based off of, okay, now we're at 911. I am going to pull it back and see if we can win 2 of these. Because if I lose, every step away I lose, when I finally win, I get 50 cents. So all we need is, if we lose here and we win, or any step of the way, we'll reach our target. Some people take, I have $100 and they say, I'm going to make 5% a day. Well, that's $5. And then tomorrow their bankroll is 105 and they're going to take 5% of that. And that's their new, it's not 5, it's slightly more than 5, right? And then they'll have that and they keep doing it. I don't prefer that. Oh, look at this. I prefer going and doing a flat target for like 5 days and then increasing it. So for example, if I say I'm going to do 5%, I have $100. I'm going to do a $5 target every single day, regardless of how big my bankroll is growing, which by the 5th day, hopefully you have a $120 bankroll and then you win your 5 and you got 125. So I prefer doing a flat amount. At the end of 5 days, you look at your bankroll and you either increase it by a preset amount like $2, or you reevaluate your bankroll and go, okay, we're at $125 now. $12.50 would be our new 10%. $6.25 would be our 5%. And then you flat bet that amount. That's your target for the rest of the week. All right, I was hoping we get to black and just be done with it, snip, snap. But looks like, but we only need 1 win and we're done. So, and what you can do here is we're going to super martingale. Now this gives us a $1.50 win, right? So that's going to get us into profit. So at this point, if you want to preserve, because we're so close to our target, you don't have to keep super martingaling. At this point, we're guaranteed $1 profit if we decide to when we win, and that would get us over where we need to be. So now that I've super martingaled once and I guaranteed $1 profit whenever I win, I'm just going to martingale from this. I'm not going to super martingale. I'm going to keep my progressions and my cost as low as possible. Does that make sense? There it is. So we just run a $1.50. So we're well over. Watch this. Come on now. What happened here? I thought we hit black. Oh, I bet high. I'm a dummy. Okay, so I'm not going to super martingale because I'm already guaranteed that win. We have enough in here, right? Because if I win this $3, that puts us at 1061. I don't need to add an extra unit to it. So I'm going to leave it at that point. After you martingale the second time, we had enough. A $1 was enough to win it. So we're just going to leave it at $3. And the next one will be 6, then 12, then 24. Decide your cutoff. Maybe you say, if I lose this 3, I'm not going to martingale. I'm going to go back down to 50 cents and see if I can't get on a better win streak. All right. You don't have to keep chasing on martingale because it can get expensive. Better to walk away today with a $4 profit than being in debt. All right, but we didn't win it. So we're going to push it. That's just an option for you, because if we lose this one, I go into debt, right? Now, the good thing about this one is by martingaling, and we hope we don't go on a long stream of losses, and I don't feel like we will. Any step along the way, we'll hit our target and we'll be done with it, because we are at 25 minutes and I want to wrap this thing up quickly for you guys. This is taking too long. All right, let's go. Let's see what we can get here. And also, if you feel like he's rolling a bunch of lows, go take a break for 5 or 10 minutes and then come back and resume right where you left off. So if we were to lose this one at 6, maybe I take a break, I come back and I try one more bet at 12. You know, maybe I look up there and I wait for 3 lows in a row or 3 of something in a row, and we get it. We're fortunate enough to get it here. So we're up at 1061 profit now. And we reached our 10, we actually got 10.5%. Look at that, 10.5%. Snip, snap, done. Now I'm just showing you the real roulette just to give you an option, but I really feel like on the low bankroll, the originals are the best way to go if you keep your bets small, go slow, pay attention, and look for the patterns, because in my mind, when they decide that you've earned enough, they'll start making you lose. You don't want to go in the hole in that. So just be very careful if you're playing originals. All right, that's it today. We got our 10% in 25 minutes. Not bad at all. 10% in 25 minutes. That's pretty good. So if you want to keep going, like I said, you could bet a couple more times, get this up to 13, then pull your bets way down low, bank the $10 into your vault, and play with nothing but that $3 that you have remaining. If you expand on it, awesome. If you lose the $3, at least you still have your 10. And please do not play with anything but disposable income, money that you can afford to lose. People have been DMing me, hey, I lost 5,000. What do you think about me taking money on my credit card? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Play with money you can afford to lose. Okay? That's it. Be good humans. Be good to each other. Be good to yourself. It's not that hard. And remember, it's always us against the casino. Smash that like button if you would. Hit the follow. I would appreciate it. It helps me keep producing content. Get in onto our Discord. Lots of people in our community with a lot of experience from everything from crypto to blackjack to Baccarat to slots. Everybody has different skill sets in there, so you can usually find what you're looking for. All right, we'll see you guys next time. Have a great weekend, everybody.